the Toronto Star newspaper in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, Wednesday, September the 26th, 2018. This is a summary of an opinion article written by Bernie M. Farber for this newspaper about the controversial progressive conservative Ontario Premier or Provincial Prime Minister Doug Ford's photograph where he and several other people, including a far-right Canadian white supremacist activist, Ms. Faith Goldy, appeared. Goldy is a candidate in the upcoming mayoral election of Toronto, although she is not expected to receive even 10% of the vote. And the article is entitled, Doug Ford Must Denounce Faith Goldy and Her Ideas. It was Doug Ford's Trump moment. We all remember the day after the white supremacist rally in Charlottesville and the murder of anti-racist protester Heather Heyer, allegedly by a neo-Nazi, in, I think, June or July 2017. Probably this appears on Wikipedia. Let's see, I'm trying to find the date. Okay, it must have happened in August 2017. President Trump claimed, or even insisted, that there were some good people on both sides. Doug Ford may have done Trump one better. On Saturday, September the 22nd, 2018, Faith Goldy, in the race for Toronto mayor, well known for embracing and supporting white supremacist views, turned up at the Ford Fest barbecue in Vaughan. Following a photo op with the premier, a scandal ensued as Ford refused to renounce Goldy, her white nationalist views, and support to neo-Nazis when asked to do so in the legislature by the official opposition party, the New Democrats. Goldy is well known to Ford. She was a colleague of the premier's when they both appeared on Sun News panels. He was also interviewed by Goldy before she was fired from the ultra-right Rebel Media for her support of neo-Nazis in Charlottesville, so back in August 2017. Goldy has a short but sordid history with white nationalist extremism. She didn't start out in that way. Articulate and engaging, Goldy was a devout Christian and a graduate of Trinity College at the University of Toronto. At Trinity, she received a Gordon Cressy Student Leadership Award recognizing outstanding extracurricular contributions to the school. From there, Goldy took a sharp turn to the right. In 2015, she was a co-host of a live public affairs program for Zoomer Media. At issue was a discussion on the Syrian refugee crisis. Syria has since 2011 had a truly bloody civil war. At first congenial and warm, Goldy turned into an anti-immigrant loudmouth, hardly disguising her animus, permitting raucous racist comments from the partisan crowd. Shortly thereafter, Goldy began her stint with Rebel Media. It seems that the influence of commentators there who engaged in anti-Semitic, racist and Islamophobic rhetoric helped turn her mind. And it was from her perch at Rebel Media that Goldie went fully into the nightmare world of white supremacy. Warren Kinsella, author of The Web of Hate and a recognized expert on Canadian hate groups, had this to say about Goldie's experience in Charlottesville. The breaking point came in Charlottesville, which she was sent to cover for Ezra's online lunatic asylum, meaning the Rebel Media, where she'd been seen doing a stand-up not far from the woman who was mowed down by a white supremacist. As she also proclaimed that National Socialist types have robust and well thought out ideas on the Jewish question. Levant, a Jew and no anti-Semite himself, finally fired her. She began to appear on white supremacist media sites where she recited the infamous 14 words, "We must secure the existence of our people and a future for white children." It is the credo of white supremacy involved by David Lane, leader of the neo-Nazi terrorist group The Order. Goldie's meteoric rise in the far-right continued. Appearing on a far-right television program, Goldie hyped the anti-Semitic tone for My Legionaries. Written in the 1930s, the renowned Southern Poverty Law Center describes it as the canonical works of global fascism. It advocated the genocide of Jews even before Hitler enacted the Holocaust. Goldie described it as very, 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 very spot on. David Duke, infamous former Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan and even a one-time Democratic candidate for Louisiana governor, tweeted out her messages that included such gems as "The future is far right." Ford has condemned hate speech but refuses to renounce Goldie by name and her associations. His words do not live up to his actions. He can still make this right, but not until he fully dissociates himself from those like Faith Goldie and their vile ideas. Bernie M. Farber is chair of the Canadian Anti-Hate Network.